Hello you guys, welcome to my channel All Things Militia, where I discuss a lot about what's going on in the political world and also topics that pertain to everyday life in general. Thank you to all of my subscribers. I appreciate you guys. I've enjoyed reading your comments and getting your thoughts on what I've discussed. So don't forget, if you see a video that you like, give your girl a thumbs up. Continue leaving your comments down below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. You can do all those things, and don't forget to subscribe. So I'm coming on here real quick tonight, you guys, to discuss the Reverend Al Sharpton, who has been described as a race baiter among many in the black community. He's been, an outspoken figure for many, many years, even during the civil rights period of this country, all the way up to the present day, and he pretty much is on the liberal side, so that's kind of ironic. But let's get into this. He made a statement here recently, pretty much saying that black people should not celebrate the 250th year of the United States independence because we were slaves at that time. But yeah, let's get into it a little bit, you guys. Before I let this play, it says, race hustling Al Sharpton is at it again. Dear Al Sharpton, in Black America, I can, will, and shall celebrate America's 250th birthday. You don't speak for me. I'm blessed to be in America. I am not a victim at all. Let's hear it.
Race hustling Al Sharpton, because I refuse to call him Reverend, because there's nothing reverend about him. Now he's trying to tell us that Black America is not going to celebrate the 250-year anniversary of America. He's a lie, because I sure will.
Me too.
Because what he's saying is because we were slaves doing it. Who cares? It's over with. That was a long time ago. I don't care. We're free now. I refuse to be a victim. I refuse to bow down at the theology of victim oppression. I refuse to. Man, it's got to be exhausting for black people to always whine and complain about being victims. Forget this victim Olympics.
Yes.
Because I'm going to celebrate, and I'm going to celebrate hard the 250-year anniversary of America. I stand with Trump, I stand with patriotism, and I stand with America. Be blessed.
Be blessed. Okay? Be blessed. I am so sick and tired, you guys. If they can keep this racist stuff going on, they will until Jesus come home. Meanwhile, representing a party or standing in support of a party that has been behind racist policies. This is the thing I keep saying, and you can't get through the stupid. I understand that. But for this party to be so concerned with race, because as you know, Al Sharpton is in support of the Democrats, always talking about race relations in this country, but never addressing the racist policies that the Democrats have been behind and still are behind to this day. When you can leave a border open for an entire term under like the former corrupt now President Joe Biden did, allowing millions upon millions of illegal immigrants to come in here and get free health care, housing, everything. When you can do that, which gives them the opportunity to come over here in the black community, all you have to do is look around, drive to specific areas that are predominantly black, and I guarantee you will see a lot of immigrant businesses that are not black owned. But they love to keep this race stuff going, you guys. And let's hear a little bit more of it.
We had, and still have to say Black Lives Matter, is because we get less health care. Like we don't matter. Yes. We go to jail longer for the same crime, like we don't matter.
I feel you,
we
Terrence.
Get poverty, unemployment, double the others, like we don't matter. We treated with disrespect by policemen that we pay their salaries, like we don't matter. So we figured we'd let you know whether we tall or short, fat or skinny, light skin or dark skin. Black lives matter, and we won't stop until it matters to everybody.
The biggest crap of bullshit I've ever heard. I'm sorry, you guys. I just got to call it out the way I feel it. We know Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. We were all created by God. But he's calling out things, saying that we don't get health care, we don't get this and that. But the same party that he's in support of, the Democrat Party, has been behind a lot of this bullshit. The disenfranchisement of black people. The Democrat Party. And they'll just keep this stuff going on and on. We get longer jail sentences. Yeah, because the Democrats have hijacked the judicial system. What I call the 94 crime bill, mass incarceration of African American men. Democrats leaving the border wide open the entire time the former corrupt senile president was in office, allowing these people to come over here and get everything for free while we suffer, and they're setting up businesses in our communities. Democrats. And y'all keep this race stuff going on and on and on, but year after year haven't done a damn thing policy-wise to improve our conditions. But you can talk and give all these talking points all day long to keep blacks stirred up, because you know if we ain't nothing else, we are some emotional people, and we will react if we feel like it's something unjust. But at the same time, we don't even like our damn selves. I heard a minister say we are some of the biggest hypocrites within the black community. Only want to talk about race when you feel like a white person has done something, but won't address the fact that we kill our own over some of the most minor things. The youth killing each other over tennis shoes. Okay? All this gang violence. All the abortions that we have. I heard a minister say, how can you say Black Lives Matter when 1 out of 2 pregnancies among black women is ended in abortion? And I've been guilty, you guys, but it's real. He said, how can you say Black Lives Matter when my black baby don't even matter to you in your womb? He said, it's hypocrisy. The only time they want to come out is when they feel like a white man is racist. But you're not addressing all the things that we have done to ourselves within a community. All this ego, all this pride, all this jealousy, not being able to unify unless it's for something stupid. Now, this is Al Sharpton. This next clip I'm going to show you was after the former corrupt senile president left the border wide open, and then the media tried to create this false narrative saying that there were ICE agents on horsebacks whipping black migrants specifically, and they ran those photos in the liberal media to draw anger and outrage when it was reportedly found to be false. But this is him going down to the border during that time to protest that. And he was heckled.
Where's your voice then? Get out with your racism. Get out with your reverse racism. Get out of here. Texas does not want your nonsense. This is a loving community. We denounce your racism and your hatred. Get out of Texas. Get out of Texas.
Be here for America, not just for your people.
Where are you speaking up for Americans? Why do you not speak up for the American citizens?
Exactly. You're down there trying to protest ICE like they're doing now today. This was during Biden's term then, but trying to protest ICE, but you're not speaking up on behalf of all of the citizens. They said there was so much fentanyl coming across the border, killing Americans. It was tens of thousands of Americans that died from drugs being allowed to come through the border during the former corrupt senile president's term. Children went missing. People were being trafficked. But they didn't have anything to say about all of that.
Why don't you speak up for the children that are being trafficked through the border? Why are you not a voice for the 40% of children that have gone missing this year alone?
It's a weaponization of the media.
Stop with the race baiting. Del Rio will not succumb to your nonsense. Del Rio is not a racist community. Our border patrol
agents are not racist. Our border patrol agents are heroes. 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 Get out of here. Yo, we are denouncing your racism and bigotry. Get out of here.
Keep it going. Thank you. Yeah, there's one gun for everybody.
Why are you not being a voice for the children?
Because he was sent
For children,
by the
man.
Democrat Party to
Look
keep
at
this
me.
race baiting
Why
going.
don't you advocate for the children? Look at me, little coward. Look at me. You coward. You coward. You coward. You're a coward, El Sharpton. You're a coward.
No, you're being a coward. Not even coming here.
Stop pushing racism. Who are you? Nobody's even talking to you. You're nobody. Get out of here.
Somebody, you ain't talking about love and all that stuff. You ain't acting love.
You know what this guy is doing? Bringing nonsense into this community, bringing a bunch of freaking racism. This is all race bait. This is all race bait.
Exactly.
This is all race bait. Well, I'm a first generation American. I stand for Americans, chump.
Whatever.
Go get a shot.
I ain't backing down for you, Trump. I had enough of you leftist pussies.
Well, he spoke for a lot of us, and he still yet speaks for a lot of us. We've had enough of this insanity. These people have used this man, Al Sharpton, over the years. Whenever there's a white on black crime, go out and decry racism. Whenever there's anything that pertains to white on black or something like that, go out and decry racism. While at the same time being the party, as I continue to say, that has a history of not being for black people. And now it's for communism. Make it make sense. And this is Joe Biden with Al Sharpton. You know, Joe Biden is a known racist, has been for decades, did not want his children to grow up in a racial jungle, was against integration, also said that we weren't black if we didn't vote for him, because, you know, they think they have blacks in their pockets, okay, among many other things that he said. But let's see how he spake with Joe Biden, since he always has so much stuff to say about Trump.
You can't say things that hurt people. It hurts when you talk about boy. I mean something different.
Oh, look how sweet he is. You can't say things that hurt people. It hurts when you talk about boy. But if it was Trump that said it, he's a bigot, he's a racist, he needs to be out of here. See the difference?
It hurts when you call a racist like you normalize. That's not the Biden I got to know. Don't you understand?
That's not the Biden you got to know. That's what Biden has always been about. What the hell are you talking about? What you been drinking and smoking? Because you sure have lost a lot of weight over the years. And that was well before Ozempic became popular. Biden is a known racist.
And that's not what I said, though. They didn't print the...
And on top of that, he was a part of signing the 94 crime bill that incarcerated mass numbers of African American men, and also on record saying he did not regret it.
You know what I mean? The context of this was totally different. And by the way, the fact of the matter is, I ran against all those folks. I got on a judiciary committee to defeat the man who headed the committee. I'm the guy that extended the Voting Rights Act.
You ain't did
25
shit.
years, not 5. We finally got to the point when I was a senior member of the Democratic on the Judiciary Committee to get 98 votes to extend the Voting Rights Act.
Never.
Let me tell you something. You've got to deal with what's in front of you. And what was in front of you was a bunch of racists, and we had to defeat them. And as I said in that statement,
Defeat yourself?
I said in that statement that the fact of the matter is the meanest man in the world I've ever dealt with in the United States Senate was a guy from Georgia named Herman Talmadge. And I included Jim Eastland. And Jim Eastland, and so, but this is, you know, I do understand the consequence of the word boy.
Do you?
It wasn't said in any of that context at all.
But you understand, they would call you son. They would never call me son. They would only call me boy.
But they called Bob, and they called Teddy Kennedy.
He never
boy.
called me son.
That was the distinction. The reason he
Master,
called me
they call me boy still, Master.
Son, because he said, I'm not even qualified to be in the Senate. I'm not old enough. I'm a kid. I'm a kid.
Wait, what? So he was saying that they called Kennedy boy, but they didn't call him boy. They called him son, which is supposedly more demeaning than boy. And
and these people still go for this stuff, you guys. These people still fall for these Democrat talking points every time. And this is Reverend Al. I don't know what he resides over, what church. I heard somebody say he's the only reverend that has never had a church, and the only politician that has never run for office or have ever held the office. And this is what he had to say about black Trump supporters. Have you no shame? While representing for a racist, demonic, if I might add, communist party.
I repeat, the insult of saying that black voters would in some way be enticed to support him because he had a mugshot like all of us are criminals, or to say that because he has 4 indictments, one of which, or really 2 of which, both Georgia and the federal, around him trying to rob votings when we had to fight. People were bloody, beaten, and killed to get us the right to vote. And one of his supporters got on Fox News saying, blacks love him because of the sneakers. So let me get this right. He didn't support George Floyd Justice and the Policing Act, Biden did, and signed an executive order. He didn't support the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. But we supposed to go for sneakers and a mugshot. And those blacks that are standing there with him, have you no shame? I repeat.
No, we don't have any shame for supporting him because his policies have been in our best interest. Flip all this other stuff you talking about. Talking about sneakers and a mugshot. There were hood blacks that come from the hood, okay, that pretty much thought it was cool to see President Trump get a mugshot because they could relate to that. Because of liberal policies that have mass incarcerated them. So to see a white man be treated the same way that young black men have been treated all along, specifically from liberal policies, was embracing. They embraced that. Unlike the Democrat Party, when you had Kamala, who didn't earn a single vote, but had Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B out there twerking, like we succumb to sex. They love entertainment and booty. Put that in front of them, and we should be able to get their vote, because that'll imply that we're cool, because we all about body yada 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 yada. Give me a break. And this is a pastime of nostalgia when Reverend Al Sharpton got knocked on his ass. He's right here by Roy Ennis during a debate that they were having. Let's check this out. This is when he was a lot more, filled in. This is, let's see what.
Abrams and IRS can make you get on your knees, Roy. Fine. That's your problem. You should shut up and let those of us that have enough guts to stand up and fight. Because there's some of us that investigations and indictments and the rest don't mean anything to. How you can go from a critic of Bob Abrams to an apologist of Bob Abrams makes you suspect at best and a sellout in fact.
All right. What you got to say, Roy?
Roy, how does it feel to be classified as a bigot after a lifetime of fighting for civil rights?
I will say that I'm probably one of the...
Now please zip it. We're going to let everyone talk tonight. And that's what the loudmouths are for. Let these guys talk first.
Yeah, shut up.
I'm one of the few non-bigoted black leaders around, I would say. Let me state now, let's deal with the facts. Let's go to the record. Tonight, we want to deal with the records and the facts.
Please do it.
On this program, your program, you heard me, you have me on tape defending this man. Recently, even after the shenanigans with him and the other
That's a lot of crap.
No,
Listen,
no,
brother,
finish.
you have your time. That's a lot of crap. Brother, and I got brother,
Well, he fell down, but he got back up again. And, you know, he did have his turn, but he couldn't allow the man to speak. Typical Democrat. Yeah, I got something against them. I do. But after all of that was settled, they came back.
I would ask that Reverend Sharpton be able to call the coin for who goes first.
But first, let me say this. We are continuing. Mr. Ennis and I have agreed.
Please, listen.
That I'm not going to in Harlem have anybody
Zip it,
go
man,
through a
and beat
thing
it.
with bringing in the police from the outside. So we've agreed to have a benefit match
A benefit
in
boxing
September
match.
in which whoever wins that organization gets the money. So Roy, get ready for a righteous butt whipping from me.
Well, I don't know if that actually went through, you guys, but I can tell you one thing. Roy has the advantage unless he gets caught in a bear hug. Yeah. At any rate, you guys, this is what he had to say about Obama, who was considered to be the first black president, although his mom was white. His dad was from Kenya and didn't do anything, if I might add, for the black community, but he sure did help those colors of the rainbow. But let's see what Al Sharpton had to say about Obama at a church after that incident happened some years ago, I think in North Carolina, where a young white boy went into a church and killed like 9 black people.
10 years ago today, President Barack Obama had a defining moment in his presidency when he went to the church in Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh, South Carolina.
Where 9 people had been killed in a vicious racist attack. He sang Amazing Grace.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
I know how to put it on for you.
That saved a wretch like me.
I knew that if I just hit the first bar,
You know what to do. You know how to
then the
sell it.
organ was going to come in behind me.
And you fooled a lot of
Clergy
us.
would stand. The congregation would join in. That it would no longer just be about my voice, but it would be about all of our voices together, lifting each other up.
The biggest joke the elites pulled on this country. I mean, it's just crazy, you guys, how these people still pander about race, but don't have nothing to say. Didn't visit Chicago reportedly one time throughout his entire 8-year presidency when Chicago had one of the highest murder rates in the world of black on black crime. Didn't do anything, but came out when they was trying to run that first black Indian woman, Kamala, to pander to black men to get them to vote for her, and told them he felt like they didn't want to vote for her because she was a woman. Yeah, they love our votes, but they don't do anything for us. And that's the reason why people are leaving the Democrat Party. Not only just blacks, but just people as a whole. Even politicians on their side are switching over now, becoming independent or Republican, because we have had enough of the show. And that's my take on it, you guys. Let me know yours, and I'll see you later.